How's it going, guys? It's Kevin Ryan talking about this week's Wednesday Western, which for this week I chose Open Range from 2003. It's Kevin Costner. This is his third film as director, and he got off to quite a start with Dances with Wolves, 12 Oscar nominations and 7 wins. It was the first Western since to win Best Picture since, I believe, 1939, maybe in the 30s with Cimarron. Open Range. It's a classic. It's one of the best in the genre. It is. Many people say that Open Range is their favorite Western, or even their favorite movie. So it follows Charlie, played by Kevin Costner, and Boss Spearman, played by Robert Duvall, who just kills it in this role. And they are what's called free grazers. So in the last days of the frontier West, they would roam through the country, open lands, and on these cattle drives. We've got both of our characters are mysterious and steely-eyed strangers. And we love them. We like them. We're drawn to them. Very quickly, we know who the villain is. So I won't ruin too much there, because this is definitely one that you need to watch if you haven't already watched it. It is Costner got a pretty healthy budget for this, enough that he was able to scout the location for the opening shot. He was able to scout it by helicopter. And the town, Harmonville, where a lot of the action takes place and the most intense action takes place, they built from scratch. And it was so remote that they had to build a road to get to it. So I dive into that a little bit. I dive into some of the historical aspects of free grazing and how it relates to law, and this theme we see throughout the Western of the clash between law and lawlessness. And then we have variations of law, even like the lawgiver that Kevin Costner plays is markedly different than the lawgiver that Robert Duvall plays. So one of the things that I dive into in the review or the entry is authenticity, and specifically the authenticity of our heroes, but the authenticity of the actual process and what Kevin Costner is doing, just making sure that these sets were spot on. All the costumes were nice and gritty. The setting was so there was no possibility that a Volkswagen Jetta was going to drive by in the background. He took great pains to do it, and he also took a huge lead on his directorial responsibilities, even going far above. Like, apparently on set, he would be, working on the lighting and the sound, and kind of he took a big role, obviously, in the editorial process. So another aspect we dive into is this idea of masculinity. And okay, sorry, my 4-year-old is looking for her Barbie. How you doing, sweetheart? I don't know, sweetie. Do you want to say something about Westerns? You want to come say something about Westerns? Okay. I can help you in a little bit. Sorry, I'm doing an interview right here. Fine. So another aspect that I dive into in the article is the idea of the strong silent type. We all know that Kevin Costner is... You all right, baby? Baby girl, I don't know where your Barbie is. I don't know if it's in here. Can you look? Can you look out there? Can Mama help you try and find it? Okay. 5 minutes, okay? Pockets, stop licking. Pockets, stop licking. It's okay, sweetie. It's going to be okay. We'll find your Barbie. We're going to find your Barbie. Sorry, my 4-year-old is looking for her Barbie. So, another thing I dive into in the entry is the idea of the strong silent type. So, once again, we have an examination of masculinity in the Western genre. And as we know, Costner took a lot of his idea of what a masculine Western figure should look, sound, walk, and talk like from Gary Cooper, which, if you haven't read the Wednesday Western that started this all off, check out my entry on High Noon. So Costner did some really cool things with the billing. He gave Robert Duvall top billing, which as a way to really cement their sort of boss, second in command relationship. The last thing that I want to look at is the gunfight. That's what everybody talks about when they talk about open range. Just the visceral, bloody, slow-moving, clunky, realistic, authentic scenes that capture the gunfight. So, if you haven't read it already, it's on the Blaze. Wednesday Western, open range. Check it out.